everyone, it's Haley, and today I'm going to be doing a spoiler-free review for The Raven King by Maggie Stiefvater. So this review will be entirely spoiler-free as long as you have read the previous 3 books in the Raven Cycle Quartet, because this is the conclusion to that series. It might not really be spoilery, but just continue at your own risk. So this book is the much anticipated but equally dreaded conclusion to the Raven Cycle Quartet. And in this book we finally get the answers that we have been waiting for forever throughout the whole series, and it has just been a slow burning journey, but we have gotten there and we finally get our answers. Honestly, I just want Maggie Stiefvater to add another book to this series just so that I can read the writing, because her writing is just so fabulous. It's completely engrossing, it's beautiful, lyrical, it's everything that I could want in the writing for this series. Like, it is just absolutely fantastic. The world building and character development are just on point, and I just cannot get over how well written this series was. One thing that I mentioned in my review for the previous book, Blue Lily Lily Blue, is that this series is interesting because the books can each stand on their own, but they also are part of the greater story arc, if that makes sense. So these books are really just part of this intricately woven, utterly captivating story that you can't help but fall in love with. And each of them kind of focuses on their own thing, but they all come together to make an incredible story that just takes you on a journey, and it is just absolutely maddening because you want answers, but you can't help but keep reading because it's just so intriguing. I am honestly so heartbroken that I'm never going to read about these characters again because I just fell in love with them. I cannot even describe my love for Blue and the Raven Boys. I just think that they are such amazing characters, and they were just so well developed that they felt like they were real people, and I just wanted to be friends with them and protect them and go on this journey with them. And I honestly feel privileged having read this book and being able to be a part of their journey because it was that good. Now, I'm not going to talk about each of the characters individually because in this book they did work individually, but I think they truly came together as a family in this book. They were a family in the past, but you saw them each kind of bring their own thing to the table and really combine forces to fight and to just work together and go through this journey together. The one thing that I did hate about the characters, though, was that there was a character introduced in Blue Lily Lily Blue that was brought into it as kind of a main character in this book, and that was Henry. And I just felt like he was kind of, someone commented on my Goodreads thing, and I think they put it the best when they said that it felt like he was intruding. It just didn't feel like it was his moment to be a part of, and I was kind of just annoyed with his presence. If he had been introduced earlier in the series, I would have been fine with it, but I had fallen in love with these characters over the course of the series, and I just felt like this whole book was really the sacred moment that it should just be them that we're taking part of. But they brought a new character into it, and it just kind of irked me. And his role honestly kind of just made me sad, but I will elaborate more on that because I'm going to talk a little bit spoilery at the end of this video. I'll warn you when. I've honestly never gotten to the conclusion of a series wanting answers as badly as I did with this one. I was just like yearning for it. I could not handle it, and I just kept on flipping pages, wanting the answers that I had been dying to get for 3 books now. And I got my answers, and I'm so glad that I did, but like, it was just so heartbreaking because I was like, now what? But I really liked how the answers weren't just given at the forefront. The book kind of let you sit on those questions for a while and still kind of have them there, and it kept you kind of going through the book, and it was really cool. I will say the ending had quite a few holes in it, but I kind of feel like it was leaving room for possibly a spin-off series. I could be just talking crap right now, but I kind of think that there's potential for more with this story, which makes me really happy. I feel like not like a continuation of this story, but like maybe looking into a side character more or something like that. I think that the holes in it kind of left potential for that, which I think is great. And even if there isn't another spin-off series, I think that it really kind of let you fill in the blanks, which after you fall in love with these characters over the course of the series, it was kind of nice to be able to decide for yourself what you wanted to happen to them after this was done. So overall, I obviously gave this book a 5 out of 5 stars. This series is just so fantastic, and it was a fantastic conclusion to an amazing series. I couldn't have asked for more, and I just absolutely loved it. So now I'm going to take some time and talk about a couple of spoilers. So if you haven't read this book yet, then I suggest you leave, go and read it, and then you can come back. I'm not going to be talking about too much, but I do have a couple things that I want to talk about. So goodbye non-spoiler people and everyone who has read it. I'm going to start spoiling now. So as much as I really loved this book, and I think that it ended the way that it had to end, I couldn't help but be disappointed when they went and found Glendower and it turned out that he was dead. I just felt like it was this burning question, and it was really just kind of hyped up so much that the only option was disappointment, and I feel like now that I've read it, I've known that since Blue Lily, Lily Blue, but I kind of wasn't really willing to accept it. But now that it happened and you find out that he's sleeping, I was just like, so now what was this all for? But then there was the whole message of them not needing to find this king because they are the kings of their own lives, and it was just so beautiful. I was like, yes, I so love this, and I think it just ended up having such a nice message, but it did leave me feeling disappointed, but like I said, I think that was kind of the point. Now, the thing with Henry is that he's very obviously made to replace Noah, which I just feel like was an intrusion on something beautiful, which was the relationship between Ronan, Adam, Gansey, and Blue, and how they worked together. And even when it was just the 4 of them, their presence kind of suggested that, like, you always felt like Noah was there, if that makes sense, because they were all such close friends that even if he's not there physically, like, he was just kind of there in spirit, I guess, if that makes sense. It's not really coming out how I want it to, but I just felt like by having Ronan, Blue, Gansey, and Adam together, Noah's presence was implied, and by having Henry there, it just kind of felt like he was intruding on this private moment, and it really just kind of irked me. So I didn't really like the fact that Henry had to be there. I wanted it to be the OGs, and I just wanted it. So I don't know. It disappointed me a little bit. So those are really the only 2 spoilery things that I have to talk about, but I just kind of wanted to get those off my chest because no one that I'm friends with in like real life really reads the same books as me, so I don't have anyone to talk to about it. So I think on in reviews where I have like spoilery things that I want to talk about, I'm going to start doing that at the end of the video. Let me know if you guys would like that, or if you don't, or whatever. So yeah, if you have read this book, which by this point, if you're watching the spoilers, you should have, let me know your thoughts on it, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!